Hi. So for this video, I'll be discussing about linear inequalities in one variable, but our focus will be solving compound inequalities. Okay, let's have the first example. Solve the inequality 4 minus 2x over 3 is greater than negative 1, but less than or equal to 4. And then we're going to plot it on a number line. So remember that um, to solve compound inequality, your goal is to only have an x in the middle and just two other numbers on both sides of your compound inequality. Now, there are two methods or two ways where you can solve your inequality. The first is by separating your compound inequality into two separate inequalities. We know that compound inequality is a combination of two inequalities, right? So therefore, we can solve it by separating them. And then the other method is to just solve it as it is. Okay, so for the examples that I'm going to show you today, for the first one, I will be using one method that is to keep it as it is. And then for the second one, I'll be using another method where I will separate the compound inequality into two separate inequalities. Okay, so let's start with this one. So let me copy first the given. So we have 4 minus 2x over 3 is less than or equal to 4. Okay, now again, the goal is to only have an x in the middle. So let's remove first. Whenever you have a fraction, you need to remove the fraction first. Okay, so let's remove 3 here. To do that one, we need to multiply 3. So you multiply 3 on all sides. Remember, whatever you do with the middle term, you need to do it on the right and left side of your inequality also. So now, since we multiply 3 here, we can cancel out your 3 in the denominator. You will only have 4 minus 2x. Let's copy your inequality. And then this is 4 times 3, which is 12. And on the other side, negative 1 times 3, which is negative 3. Next, we have 4 minus 2x now. So let's remove 4. To remove 4, we need to do minus 4. So minus 4 on the right side also, and minus 4 on the left side. So let's simplify that. Since we subtract 4, so we can cancel out 4 on your middle term, you will only have negative 2x. Let's copy again your inequality. Oops, I did put this one accidentally. Sorry. So there should be no equal sign there. Okay, now you will have 12 minus 4, that is 8. And then negative 3 minus 4, that is negative 7. Okay, now we're left with negative 2x. So we need to remove negative 2 there. And to do that, we will divide by negative 2. So let's divide by negative 2. Don't forget the negative. Okay, so if we divide the middle term by negative 2, we will only have an x there. There's no more space, so let's move. And then remember, whenever we divide by a negative number, your inequality will reverse. So let's reverse it so we won't forget it. So this one will become greater than now, and the other side is greater than or equal to. And then you have 8 divided by negative 2, that is negative 4. And then on the other side, you have negative 7 divided by negative 2 is positive 7 over 2, or 3.5, right? So now we have solve our compound inequality. Let's graph it. Okay, so we have 7 over 2, that is 3.5 here. So you should have an empty circle on top of 3.5. So meeting in the middle of 3 and 4. So let's just estimate. And then we have a negative 4 and it's a filled circle. Let's shade it. Okay, so just double check. It says that your x is less than 7 over 2, so it goes left, right? And your x is greater than negative 4, so it goes right. So meaning all we need to do is to connect them. Okay. So this is the answer for our first example. Let's have another example. So solve the inequality 3x plus 5 is greater than 2x minus 1 but less than x plus 1, and then we're going to plot it on a number line. Now, like what I have mentioned a while ago, I'll be using the other technique for this one. So instead of solving it as it is, I will separate them into two inequalities. So let's do that. So I'll have, for the first inequality, I'll have 2x minus 1 is less than 3x plus 5. And then for the other one, I'll have 3x plus 5 is less than x plus 1. So let's solve for x. I'll transpose 2x to the right side so that the x will be positive, and then the 5 to the left side. So let's do that. This would become negative 1 minus 5 is less than 3x minus 2x. Okay, so simplifying, 3x minus 2x is x, and negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6. Okay, let's solve the other one. So let's move x to the left side. So this would be 3x minus x is less than 1 minus 5. Okay, simplifying it, 3x minus x is 2x is less than 1 minus 5 is negative 4. Divide both sides by 2. So you will have x is less than negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Remember, since we did separate them, you need to put it back together. Okay, so let's do that. So we will have negative 6 here, then an x, and then negative 2. Okay, don't forget to do that. Then let's plot this one on the number line. So we have negative 6, okay, and then on negative 2. Okay, then let's connect them. Okay, we're done. Now let's have our last example. So solve the inequality 5x minus 3 over 2 is greater than or equal to 1, or 1/4 x is greater than or equal to x plus 3. Okay, so we don't need to do, separate them or anything. Okay, so we can just solve it. 5x minus 3 all over 2 is greater than or equal to 1. Then let's try the other one. 1/4 x is greater than or equal to x plus 3. So let's have the first one. So we can just cross multiply this. So this would become 5x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 2 times 1, which is 2. Transpose negative 3 to the right side. That would be 2 plus 3, which is 5. Now divide both sides by 5 so that we can cancel out 5 here and we only have x. And then 5 divided by 5 is 1. Okay, let's solve the other one. So same thing, let's cross multiply. Let's multiply 4. So we will only have x here. And this will become 4 times x plus 3. And then distribute 4. So this is 4x plus 12. Okay, then let's combine like terms. Let's move x to the right side and 12 to the left side. So 12 will become negative 12 here. And you will have 4x minus x. So simplify further. You will have 3x here and then negative 12. Now if we divide both sides by 3, we will have x is less than negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. Okay. Now, we know that whenever we have a compound inequality with an or in the middle, when we do graph that, okay, the graph will look like two arrows going to opposite direction. Let's show that one. Oops, before we forgot, when we write our final answer, we should also put an or in the middle of our two inequality. Okay, let's plot. We have at 1 should be filled. So let's shade it. And then at negative 4. Okay, so x is greater than or equal to 1, so meaning our arrow is to the right. And then your x is less than or equal to negative 4, so your arrow is to the left. Okay, so that's it. So this is it for this video. I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching.